Good morning, children. I think this is number 21, probably. This story is one that was reminded me by I had a phone call with my twin, Don, and my good friend, Tim Bryson. And Tim reminded me I had told this story before, and I had completely forgotten it, so I can give them credit for reminding me about this. I had a lesson in the morning with a student at my house, and then a rehearsal in the afternoon. This is a long time ago, of course, and finished the lesson. Went to the rehearsal. The rehearsal, I believe, is a Bruckner Mass, probably done by I'm guessing Lexington Choral Society, perhaps. I'm not sure. But anyway, I remember the first trombone was Milt Stevens, and the bass trombone was Hal Janks, and I was sitting between these two guys, and we started the rehearsal, and I had the funniest feeling in my embouchure and my playing. I couldn't get any good sound out of the horn. It felt like I had damaged my embouchure. And after even the first few notes, Milt was saying, "Doug, you could play a little louder if you would." Hal Janks, "Come on, Walker, more sound." And I kept playing it, and it didn't get any better, you know. And at one point, I reached out to seventh position. I felt this click, and I pulled the slide off, held the slide up, and this pencil fell out of the slide. Evidently, in my conversation with my student about bores and mouthpieces and so forth, the opening from the mouthpiece going into the horn, we were talking about how large and how small they should be. And while I was out of the room, he had taken a pencil to inspect that, and he had dropped into the horn. And of course, he was too embarrassed to tell me. So the result of this was my next entrance was like, boom! And the orchestra turned around, and Hal says, "Now you can play a little less, Doug." And for a couple of months after that, Hal or Milt would say to me, "Well, are we using an Eberhard 2.5 today, or what?" You know, and it was a very embarrassing, but also a good learning experience to check your horn carefully. Milt went on to become principal trombone of the National Symphony Orchestra in Washington, D.C. He was one of the greatest high trombone players I ever played with. Great alto trombone player. And Hal Janks, my great favorite Hal Janks story is Hal went on to become a bass trombone player at the Met. Hal and I used to play tennis a lot, and he would invariably beat me. He was a much better tennis player. But the one time I beat him significantly was he had just received a contract from the Met. He had put his house for sale in Boston on for sale, had not had any offers. He had put a down payment on a house in New Jersey, and that week the Met went out on strike. So here he was, stuck with 2 mortgages, and no playing gig to look forward to, and he was playing tennis with me, and I think he really was distracted, poor guy. But of course he became the Met bass trombone player and had a great career there.